Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 7 math, and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter 2 variable equations. The lessons we're going to cover today are complete a table for a two variable relationship, write a two variable equation, identify the graph of an equation, graph a two variable equation. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 7 math, the choice. Two variable equations, let's start with the lesson that is complete a table for a two variable relationship. Let's just start with the lesson. Sam signed up for a gym membership 7 weeks after Dalton. Let A represents the number of weeks Sam has been a member and B represents the number of weeks Dalton has been a member. Complete the table using the equation B equals A plus 7. So you are given the table, you need to find a missing value. The equation we are given is B equals A plus 7. So you need to calculate the value of A. You need to calculate the value of B when A equals 3. Okay, so we need to calculate the value of B when A equals 3. So just replace the A with the value. 7 plus 3 is 10. That means when A equals 3, B equals 10. Let's just start with the test questions. What is this? Let's just start with the test questions, but what can I do now? Okay, the next one is let X represent the number of kilometers Daryl has driven the car and Y represents the number of kilometers on the odometer. Complete the table using the equation Y equals X plus 8. So we need to find the value of Y when X equals 3. So just replace the variable with the value 3 plus 8 equals 11. So option number 1 is the correct option when X equals 3, Y equals 11. Let S represent the number of silver beads and B represent the number of purple beads. Complete the table using the equation P equals S plus 9. So you need to calculate the value of P when S equals 3. So just replace the variable with the value S is 3. So 3 plus 9 equals 12. Option number 1 is the correct option when S equals 3, P equals 12. Today, an automobile factory assembles 10 more cars than trucks. Let T represents the number of trucks assembled and C represents the number of cars assembled. Complete the table using the equation C equals T plus 10. So you need to calculate the value of C when T equals 2 and T equals 4. So let's just replace the value. T equals 2. So 10 plus 2 is 12. And then T equals 4. So 10 plus 4 equals 14. So we have the missing values. They are 12 and 14. Option number 1 is the correct option. Option 1 is the correct option. That is 12 and 14. Let A represents the number of weeks Sam has been a member and B represents the number of weeks Dalton has been a member. So complete the table using the equation B equals A plus 7. So A is 3. You need to calculate the value of B when A equals 3. So 7 plus B 3 equals 10. It is option number 2 is the correct option. That is 10. A backpacking company requires champ, each camper to bring a flashlight to go on a trip. The company supplies 4 extra in case any flashlights get lost or broken. Let C represents the number of campers and F represents the number of flashlights. Complete the table using the equation F equals C plus 4. So C equals 1 and C equals 4. So 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4 plus 4 equals 8. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 5 and 8. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself in a way. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is complete a table, that is write a two variable equation. Let's just start with the lesson. Let's just start with the test questions. Let X represent the in every Olympic event, three medals are awarded. Let X represents the number of events and Y represents the number of medals awarded. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between X of Y. Y equals dash of X. Let's just find the relationship between the variable X and Y, right? 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9, 4, 12. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. That means y equals 3 of x, like 3x it is. Option number 1 is the correct option. Y equals 3 of x. So the correct option is y equals 3 of x. Option number 1 is the correct option. Each has a superhero lunchbox collection with 10 lunchboxes in it. From now on, he decides to buy one new lunchbox every year for his birthday. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between y and b. Let's just find out the relationship between y and b. 5 plus 15, 6 plus 16, 7 plus 7, 7 and 17, 8 and 18. So 5 plus 10 is 15, 6 plus 10 is 16, 7 plus 10 is 17. That means each time you are adding X, so 10, option number 1 is the correct option, that is y plus 10. Think the equation that represents the relationship between D and B. 6 and 48, 7 56, 8 64, and 9 72. That is 6 times 8, 7 times 8, 8 times 8. So that is P equals 8 times D. The correct option is P equals 8 times D. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 8. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between C and W. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between C and W. So let's just find out the relationship between the two variables. So 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9, 5, 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 plus 5 is 8. 4 plus 5 is 9. And 5 plus 5 is 10. That means for each value for W, we need to add 5 to C. So the correct option is W equals C plus 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between P and B. So which is the correct option? That is equals 8 times B. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is B equals 8B. Complete the equation that represents the relationship between M and W. That is B equals M plus 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to the next lesson. The next lesson is identify the graph of an equation. The equation describes the relationship between x and y. Y equals 5. Complete the table and select a graph that shows this relationship. The first thing is we already learned how to complete the table, right? Let's just complete the table. That is y equals 5x. X is 2. 5 times 2 makes 10. Then we have x is 3. 5 times 3 makes 15. So the missing values are 10 and 15. Now, each row in a table of x and y value represents an ordered pair. An ordered pair xy tells you the location of a point on the coordinate plane. The x coordinate tells you the horizontal position, and the y coordinate tells you the vertical position. How do we draw a graph? We need to plot these points on the graph. Like the first one is 0, 0. So x is 0, y is 0. X is 1, y is 5. Here is x equals 1. Just look at the x-axis, and y equals 5. So here is another point right in front of 1 and 5 on the intersection of 1 and 5. Then we have 2 and 10. Here is x equals 2. So you have to plot a point be right in front of 2 and 10. Let's just start with the test questions. The equation describes the relationship between x and y equals x minus 3. So first thing is you need to complete the table. So that is, we need to calculate for x equals 3. 3 minus 3 is 0, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So the missing values are 0 and 3. Now you need to match the table of values with the graph to see which graph is the correct option. Got it? So let's just match the values. X is 3, y is 0. That is not the option 2. X is 3, y is 0. X is 4, y is 1. X is 5, y is 6. And x is 6 and y is 3. Option number 2 is the second one is the graph of the given table. Y equals 2x. So which is the correct option? Let's just find the missing values first and we'll see which graph is the correct option, right? Y equals 2x, so that is 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. So the table of values is 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8, and 5, 10. You just have to match the table of values with the graph. So let's just see. X is 2, Y is 4. X is 3, Y is 6. X is 4, Y is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is the graph of the option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is y equals x minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2, 5 minus 1 is 4. So x is 3, y is 2. I think the first graph goes with the table. X is 3, y is 2. X is 4, y is 3. Yes, option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is option number 1. Y equals 3x. So which is the correct option? 3 times 2 is 6 and 3 times 4 is 12. X equals 1, y equals 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. The correct option is option number 1. Y equals x plus 4. The missing values are 6 and 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is graph a two variable equation. Y equals x plus 6. We have to graph the function. Here we are given with different functions. Okay, you're given the function y equals 3x minus 5. Basically, you need to make the table first. Whenever you are going to graph an equation, the first thing is you need to make the table, right? You can put the different value of x and calculate the different values of y. Like here, you have to plug in the x equals 3, y equals 4. Then x equals 4, y equals 3. Here is the pair 3, 4, and 4, 7. So you have two pair of values. Just plot these values on the graph. That is 4, 7, and 3, 4. And just join these 2 points and make a line. Here you have the line. Let's just start with the test questions. Y equals 3x minus 5, that's the one we just did. Just calculate, I think the first half is the correct option. I'm going to put the values x equals 3. So y equals 3 times 3 minus 5. That is 9 minus 5 is 4. Then y equals 3 times 4 minus 5, 7. So the pair of values are 3, 4 and 4, 7. X is 3, y is 4. X is 4, y is 7. Let's just match them. X is 3, y is 4. X is 4, y is 7. So option number 1 is the correct option. That is option number 1. Y equals 4x minus 28. So I'm going to put the value x equals 5, right? I'm going to put x equals 8. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 minus 28 is 4, right? The value is x equals 4, x is 8, y is 4. So x is 8, y is 4. Just look at here. X equals 8, y equals 4. So option number 2 is the correct option. The second one is the graph that match with the value. 8 and 4, option number 2 is the correct option. Graph the function y equals 4x. X equals 1, y equals 4. X equals 1, y equals 4. The second option is the correct option. Y equals x plus 2. When x equals 0, y is 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. Graph the function y equals x minus 1. Y equals x minus 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. Chapter we were working on is two variable equations. The lessons we have covered today are complete a table for a two variable relationship, where write a two variable equation, identify the graph of an equation, and graph a two variable equation. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Here it is. You can write down all the tutors are available to you to help you, or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please ask questions for which you need help. Answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.